Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Note to young broadcasters, always turn on your microphone right before you're going to do a show. That's very, very important.
Mike, we surveyed
Absolutely
young
key.
broadcasters, and 15% were undecided as to whether or not to turn on their microphone right here.
You want me to
there's a
talk about
few that
politics
leave
right
off.
away, don't you? You want me to get...
No.
That's on your brain. You want me to talk about that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to
I didn't mean to bait you or anything. I'm just saying that a lot of people are undecided. That's
I've got a new way that I am now responding to people that send me political messages.
Oh, good. I look forward to hearing because I too get occasional missives from individuals.
I am now just copy and pasting the letter I got from our host this past weekend.
Oh,
That
that's
clearly
nice.
says,
Yeah.
We don't care.
Obviously, we came up short.
I wanted to respond to someone, didn't I? No, I
Hey,
took it off
Josh,
my
do you
show
ever
cut. I'm not
get
gonna
a
do
vote
it.
of support?
Oh,
Have
I
you
get
yet?
a lot. I get a lot.
Because
Oh, yeah,
of this show?
I could tell you if I was going to call everybody out, I could tell you the people that are on Team A and Team B. I could do that.
Well, yeah, I
that's
mean,
my whole
there's-
life. That's
there's
my
no
whole life.
trick there. I'm just
Everybody ought to be exposed to people that think differently. I believe that with every fiber
I agree.
of my being. And I think it allows people from both sides to get more of a handle on what's going on. But we'll talk about that later, I think.
And
Yes.
Okay.
Rob, I probably get more comments in support than hate. But the
Okay.
hate's more fun to focus on.
Well, that's true. And you see why
Always
I
is.
asked that? Why I asked that is, are the people that are happy, are they driven to write as much as the people that are pissed off? Because being pissed
know what's
off is
funny?
a driving factor.
The people who are happy to write
Yeah.
also write a little bit inspired by hate because I'm glad someone else is saying the opposite of Mike.
Well, you
Can
know,
I
it's
say this though?
sad.
Can I say this regarding happy? This is my cynical view of the world. When I see, and this is not politics, all this is talking about just in general people
All right.
who get on social media and are happy joy about everything. About everything. There are people, many of you, I know who you are, who post things only of a positive nature and only when it's that appropriate time to post positive things, whether it be friends, whether it be family, whether it be joy, whether it be, and I, in my apocalyptic soul, believe that underneath that facade is a great deal of rage.
Really?
Yeah. But then again, I was accused of that not long ago by someone that I interact with, saying that your positivity, that people can see right through it. And that was said to me, and I said nothing could be further from the truth because my positivity is genuine, just like my rage can be genuine as well. You know,
I have
they
to
both
say
can
this,
exist.
Mike. You can't your feelings on your sleeve.
I
And if
can't
you
help
po-
it.
and
I'm
if
not
you
proud of
post-
that at all.
No,
I'm not
no,
proud.
no,
I don't
it's
think
not
that's
anything.
any accomplishment whatsoever.
But
I-
it's
I
just
hate
how
it.
you are. And so if you post something that is rage-filled, I buy it. But also if you post something joyful, I buy that too. So I mean,
for
you're
those
a real
of you,
person, yeah.
for those of you that might be combative in nature, as I can be,
Right.
here's a little piece of it, and then I'm going to put this into the framework of a man and a woman in blissful marriage communicating with each other. And I've been on this planet for 65 years. This is I will call. Thank you all very much.
You can join
this
in
is
on
a-
those, Josh.
This is an elder statesman point of view because
Okay.
I've lived a lot of life. I've been through a lot of these. All right.
Yes.
All right. We're going to talk about an argument between a man and a wife.
Nice.
All right. With a husband and a wife.
Okay.
It can be same sex as well. All right.
Good.
It can absolutely. But when there's that argument, say that your beloved does something that rubs you the wrong way and you take issue with it and you go public with it. And when I say public, you tell them about it.
Okay.
You say, I don't like this. And then the fight begins.
Fight.
And the fight begins and it goes back and forth and back and forth. There is a rule of thumb that I think you should adhere to. When you're good at arguing, which is what we are in this business, the argument can be not just winning the argument, but feeling that level of satisfaction, which, for lack of a better word, results in hurt feelings. And sometimes in an argument, hurting the other person's feelings can be seen as somewhat of a victory. You know, well, you did that. And I'm here to tell you that's overrated, because the high ground is immediately lost as soon as you say something nastier than the other person has said to you. And if you're a good arguer and you got a big mouth, that goes down and suddenly you're paddling upstream.
Yeah. There's a phrase we like to use in our house, Mike. There's no need to fish with dynamite, meaning that you don't need to go right for the jugular. You don't have to do it. You don't have to go to your nuclear backup right away. And oftentimes
I do
that's
that.
what we do. Yes,
I do that,
too.
and I do that far too quickly.
Yeah.
And immediately you go from being either equal or the aggrieved party to being the the adversary, the bully. The bully. That's the word. That's a good word for it. You go from being the aggrieved party to being the bullying party, and that's not a good place to be. And men do that a lot when they fight with their wives. As soon as that happens, the slight by the wife or the mistake by the wife is erased in totality, because the argument is no longer about what she did, it's about what you said.
Yep.
Bam. Loss, never a win. Never a win in that situation.
Not just husbands, Mike.
Yes, that's true.
That's true.
Yes.
Especially when you've been together a long time. You know the buttons to push. And it's not smart. Not smart.
It's also like I tell my son to just walk away from any fight, because once the fight gets physical, if you're even involved, you're just as bad as the other guy that started it. Doesn't matter. And
that can apply to verbal fights as well.
Correct.
Which I've never been able
and
to
sword
quite
fights.
master that concept.
Yeah.
I haven't.
But Mike, you've walked away ever since the last big one.
Physically, I don't. But man, it was close this week. I don't want to go into the details, but it was. I had an argument that was nasty. And,
is it one we touched on?
Yeah, maybe very briefly.
We did pre-show. He said he wasn't going to talk about it, and he came in first thing Monday talking about it.
And I talked about it.
Everyone put
and
on
I
your
say
Michael
that
Mara
because
Show
tonight,
decoder ring to figure out what Josh just said.
Yeah, because tonight there's a game. That's all I want to say about that.
Man,
but,
there's clues It's like being in an escape room.
The victory will be immediate for me if I will be completely satisfied if there hasn't been some major clandestine
Are you going to show up to the
attack
game?
where there are crickets in the parking lot and nobody's there. Then I'll know that something went down.
I think you should show up to the game wearing a crown.
Speaking of crown.
Yes.
The pool guys were here when I pulled up this morning after I dropped my kid off at school, and
Nice.
Because we are preparing the home for the royal visit. The royal visit will be taking place tomorrow.
Oh, these are like pool maintenance guys? I thought these
they're
were just
maintenance
people
guys.
that
Yeah,
you
that's a
let
big. As Josh will tell you, it's a big industry down here. That's what people do. You have people deal with your pool.
When you said the pool guys were there, I thought it was that crew of like 5 or 6 guys you charge admission to.
No,
use your pool.
No, the Chippendales. You mean where
Yes,
they're all
with their
standing on little
collars?
pedestals?
Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Mr. Mike.
The pump ain't working, and I
got
dealt
the
with it
same
last week.
complaint in my marriage.
The pump ain't working, and that's not working either. I'm going to a urologist for that. The pump is
Good.
working, but it's
Yeah.
not working the way I want it to work. That's another show. That's another week. That's
Here,
next
here.
week. I don't want
Yeah.
to skip ahead to next week. So the guy was here before I went to Vegas, and I said, I got people coming in on Friday. Do whatever you need to do. Just make sure you get that part. If it's a quick fix, that the big fix will be taken care of. You can do the quick fix first. That's fine. Crickets, nothing. Caught them today, but they're not the repair dudes. They're the dudes that skim and stuff like that and put chlorine in.
I
and
bet
all
that other guy skims a little bit. The
But-
the
so I'm
guy that
nervous.
told you about the repair, was he sort of? Can you sort of thumbnail him in a physical
No,
way? I just want to
no,
picture him.
because there wasn't enough time spent. Hello, this is Pool Company. The tech will be here by today or tomorrow. That's what my
That's-
boss told me.
Today-
That's all I
today
asked
or
for
tomorrow.
by today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a nice time window.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
that's not cool. So that I'll call
No
him
later
myself.
than Saturday, Mike.
I'll call him myself.
Yeah. So,
But yeah,
what
we're
is
preparing the
general,
home.
What is the general level of, I won't say anxiety, I'll say excitement. What is the general level of excitement at your home since you're bringing in your first house guest in
True
well
answer.
over a year? Yes.
True answer. I'm super excited to see Kathy and Paul. I'm
Good,
really,
good.
really looking forward to it because we get along great when they're here and we have lots of fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. But as far as the house, I have the bedroom that would normally be where guesties stay.
Yeah.
Is no longer a bedroom. It is my studio where I'm speaking to you. You can eat. That's
So,
where I am right now.
With
you know?
that real estate swap within your home, I'm guessing that Kathy and Paul will sleep in the garage.
No, they will
got that-
sleep in my son's room.
Oh, in the race car bed. Is it a wide enough bed for two?
It's not a race car bed. He's 11 years old.
I was
He
kidding.
has a full size bed. They're small people, so they can handle that
Okay.
bed.
But
That
is
is
it
also
is
where
it
I
a
s-
twin or
That's
That
where
is where
that's
I
where
slept.
Josh slept.
I slept there.
okay?
It's
All right,
comfortable,
I'm-
right, Josh? That a comfortable room?
Yeah, it's a comfortable room.
What
Yeah.
size bed? Is it a queen?
I think it's a full.
I
Might
think
be a
it's
queen.
full. Yeah.
You think it's a
Alright.
full or
It's-
queen? I don't know.
I can never tell the difference between full or queen.
Yeah.
But
They're
it's
coming
something
in.
like that.
I
And then,
always know a queen when I see it.
I need the outdoor, when you live down here, especially this time of year, outdoor activity, that's what you do. You hang out outside. That's
Right.
what I'm doing. So I'm a power washer in hand as soon as this recording is over today. I'm going to be
And
out
when-
there doing that.
When do they arrive?
Tomorrow afternoon.
And they
Tomorrow
stay
afternoon.
until
Tomorrow night.
okay.
No, they stay till Monday morning.
All right.
It's a quick
Okay.
weekend. And
Time
she
enough
used
for
to-
Kathy to stop by on Monday's show.
Boy, I don't know. I think they're leaving really early, so probably not.
Oh darn it! Well, you give her our best.
But the
Unless
idea
you want to
is
record on Sunday.
no,
during the
don't.
Giants game.
Don't. They don't have a game. They have a bye week.
Yeah.
You know what
Perfect
you did, Mike?
opportunity for a new
You-
quarterback.
You
Yes.
outfoxed me. Yeah.
Yes, Josh is ahead of the curve on that one, knowing about the inner workings of the New York Giants. Might be the end of the Danny Dimes era, the Daniel Jones era. But for next week,
Yeah.
which I believe is Thanksgiving week, right?
Thanksgiving
Yes,
week
it
is the
is.
week of the 25th.
No, the week
Yeah.
after.
Oh, it's
We've
the
got-
week. It's not next week.
It
No,
is
it's the-
2 weeks from today.
Oh,
Exactly. Yeah, the 28th.
well, we're preparing for a hurricane.
It's you just had one. There's no need to be greedy.
I don't think it's technically a hurricane yet.
It might just be a tropical storm. But here we go. It's flipping mid-November. I know it's hurricane season still, but this is when we don't worry about these things. And now it's happening all over. And of course, the Fusilli pasta models are all pointing right here, and I'm getting more. Josh, I haven't even looked today because I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I have not looked as to what the situation is. Do you have any information on your end as to what's going on? I'm sorry to be already diving into you looking online for me, but anyway, he's going to check.
No, I mean, there's nothing. They're not making it a big deal about it yet up here.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the spaghetti models that show it going through South Florida and spaghetti models that show it coming through me.
So this is 1 week away, not Thanksgiving week. This is
It's next
week. So it'll be like the 21st.
I think Wednesday of next week is what they're talking about.
Well, Mike,
but they
it's actually
don't
nice
know.
of you to take that hurricane because if it were to go up the coast, do you think if that was just 1 week later and a little bit north, how it could have ruined the parade for all of those wonderful children in New York City blowing the balloons all
Rob,
around?
I think it's far too great a distance to cover. I don't think you at this time of year, almost a meteorological impossibility for a hurricane to hit the Macy's Thanksgiving Day
But-
parade
but-
this year.
But Rob,
Wouldn't it be
you
great?
should. Rob, can you? Here is a spaghetti model, and try to make any sense of this.
Okay.
It
Oh.
looks like a child's drawing.
It really does. It does. I guess each line is
Oh, it looks like Josh, looks like more
Yeah, it moved towards me.
more your neck of
Yeah.
the woods.
Yeah, yeah, you look like you might be clear down there.
looks like Louisiana is safe.
Not necessarily. There are a couple of them that are right there near New
Well,
Orleans.
Yeah,
and if you
that's
see
true.
that big blob down Central America,
Yes.
that's what could cause an issue for it to either stop or get stronger.
All right.
Yeah, that's going over the Yucatan Peninsula, whether I've become quite the meteorological I have trouble with meteorology.
You know what
I've
you
always
are?
had trouble.
Weatherman.
Meteorological. Yeah.
Meteorological,
so
right?
we shall see. Yeah, all right, humble brag. Yeah. Meteorological, you mean, right?
No, there was a word last week I couldn't say. I can't remember what it was, and it really troubled me. So I'm just
we all
trying
have
to make
them.
myself feel better.
We all have the crutches. So we shall see what the deal is. I hope that it fizzles, but this is the new reality. It seems to be the Florida Peninsula has been unusually active this year. I think that would be a fair assessment. We've been dealing with a lot of these things, so
Yeah,
it sucks.
thanks a lot,
It is.
Biden.
But that's yeah, it's his fault.
Of course, that's why we voted him out. All of us.
That's exactly why we voted him out. All right, since you brought it up, I'll
No,
get it
no,
out
no,
of the
I
way.
didn't. I'm just being silly. That's all.
Under
the second
the
time Rob's tried to bring politics up today.
This is true because he likes it. He likes it when you're non-confrontational. One of the things you enjoy is when someone that is confrontational, who you associate with, gets involved. Being non-confrontational doesn't mean you don't like watching.
That's true.
Would
This
that
is
be
very
accurate?
True. Yes.
Yeah.
But I do, I think you're oversimplifying me a little bit, but when you get worked up, I think that, you know what? Things are learned when you get worked up. And
By me too, in many cases. in the category, and let me see, what did I write? Well, it only took me a week to lose my political chill.
But what people will call that week in the future, Mike? The golden years.
I stand by my previous statement of they earned it, they got it. Let's wait and see what happens. Well, this is a wait and see when you're starting to name people for key positions in government.
Right.
That's when you can offer an opinion on that. And I've been chill on that because I
Right.
really haven't found any to be out there until yesterday. All right?
Yesterday.
It just occurred to me that if you were sitting there and say you were raising chickens,
Great.
and you said, "Boy, these are really, really nice chickens. They're laying nice eggs. They're not the best eggs
They're
I've had.
nice eggs.
The chickens are laying eggs. They're okay eggs, but I'd really like the chickens to lay better eggs. So I'm gonna rearrange the chicken coop.
Oh, good.
Or in some cases, it can be referred to as the hen house. All right, and I'm like, well, let's bring in something an outlier to maybe improve the hen house. It's like,
What would that
Oh,
be?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
let's go out back to where that foxhole is, and we'll wrestle out a fox, and we'll bring him into the hen house and put him in charge. What could possibly go wrong?
Mike, you know what could happen? That fox is an enemy of the chicken.
Well, Matt Gaetz. That's all I wanted to say.
Foxy
And Josh
Matt
said, Josh said before me, it just seems to me that a guy who you are going to nominate to lead the Justice Department, who would be the Attorney General of the
Yes.
United States, perhaps the guy that's being investigated in Congress for an underage sex scandal, might not be my first choice. For the love of God!
Now, I believe if you looked it up, he's already been cleared of that.
No,
And then
he's been cleared
no.
because he's under investigation.
No. He was cleared of it like last year, and then when he became the face of pushing Mitch McConnell out, they brought it back up.
But he's still
So
and now that he's resigned Congress, he's no longer.
No longer,
But he would
So he's
as
unemployed right now?
because it wasn't.
Yes.
He was right. Because he is unemployed because he was cleared of it from a legal standpoint, but then Congress brought it back up as an ethical thing.
All right. So with that said, not alleging guilt or innocence on that front.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. He was found innocent legally.
Okay. That's fine. I accept that. But would you not agree that he is a bit of a lightning rod?
He is, and it's part of it is because he is a strong Trump guy. He's one of the
Hold it,
strong
what?
supports, and but I think
And a noted a-hole.
Oh, he is definitely a pushback at the establishment type guy,
And that is
and that's something that many people who voted for Trump like that. And
Of course they
part
do,
of the whole
yes.
bringing Trump in is to shake things up.
Or perhaps turn over a new leaf and try to bring the country together.
I'm sure. But I heard Biden say that for 4 years, and I didn't see anything get closer.
Yeah, and that's your perspective.
Until
And by the way,
yesterday.
do not, and I mean this,
Don't do it.
do not send Josh hatred. And
don't
don't send
care.
me hatred, please.
I'll take it.
Just chill out. He's got his guy. He's got.
Everyone's got a view.
But-
I do like Matt Gaetz.
Oh!
because the
Oh,
past
I
few
hate
years-
you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate
think
you. I hate
because
you.
I'm guessing anyone that doesn't like Matt Gaetz has not listened to him sit down for like long form open interviews, and he's done a lot.
That's an overgeneralization.
I
There are
had-
probably lots of people that hate
No,
Matt
and
Gaetz that have
it's
heard
the
him
same-
interviewed.
I had
It's
Matt
the
Gaetz
same
over to
with
the
how I
house for
feel.
coffee, Mike, and I sat down with him and we talked. And you know what I said? I said, you know what, cookie? He said no. I said, little more. He said no. I must be going. I said, thank you so much for coming by. You're an asshole.
I base my
know, I
opinion of
think-
Matt Gaetz primarily on clips of him, long form clips of him when I see him at congressional hearings, where
Right.
he's becoming a real nad.
Yeah,
That's
and I
what
think
that-
I think Matt Gaetz is the AOC of the Republican Party.
Yeah,
Where
that's
they
probably
get their
true.
little-
That's
they get
probably
their
true
little
as far as
statements out,
the lightning
and then-
rod and people
right,
that
and more out on the edges.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
But
So
but he
yeah.
is a very smart guy.
Who's the AOC of this show?
we don't have an AOC.
Yeah, I think
We're all equally dumb.
Just checking. I
We're
want to
all
make
equally
sure
dumb on this show.
that there wasn't anybody.
So from my team, if your goal is to just blow it up, which
Right.
is what Josh seems to say, that's what a lot of Trump people want, then probably the definitive choice. If your goal is to govern and have less chaos, not my first choice.
You know what's great?
Would that be?
is-
Hold on. Would that be
I don't know.
accurate?
Yes, and I think that part of this is if Trump won in 2020, he would have continued with the bringing in people from both sides and moving along, and Mike Pence and the more play along. I think the fact that he felt so screwed there, and
He's
the
this
attacks that
points
he
in
got
the
for 4
direction of
years,
he's going to be
it's-
coming in with all his peeps.
I don't
and
think-
his
yeah.
loyalists.
It's not revenge, but these are the only guys I trust.
Right.
I love, Mike, the fact that even in this civil discourse, there's just the subtle shadings. You say blow it up, and agreeing, Josh says shake it up.
Shake
Now,
it up.
Yeah, we're going to
Shake
shake
it
it up
up.
a little bit.
Shake
So
it up.
Well,
how much of a
blow it
shake up
up.
do you anticipate, Josh? Like burning a piece of paper?
I
That
think he's
lives
going to
in the-
start with Matt Gaetz, and then then they're going to blow up the Department of Education.
Right.
Then Heinrich Himmler will be nominated for the. No, I'm sorry.
No, I think blow it up is the scene on Independence Day where it just blows the White House up. Well, I just want to remodel.
You want to remodel? Then you know what? I need a palate cleanser. Bring her in, please.
Hey, everybody, this is Reba McEntire.
Thank you.
I bet I know how
Rob,
she voted. Yeah.
I need you to send me more country stars saying hello.
Identifying themselves. I will.
That's the only thing that'll make me survive anytime we have these political discussions that drive me nuts.
And Mike, if you ever do get too deep, don't forget her new show. I believe it's called Lucky, is on Peacock, and you can spend the evening with Reba anytime.
Second day you've mentioned Peacock. You love that network.
It's a good network. It is, but I've been staying more with Netflix as I watch The Agreeable Diplomat, and that's what I'm calling it now.
Okay, agreeable. Yes, Josh.
The Agreeable Diplomat.
Well, I was just going to point out from yesterday, our Peacock discussion, Yellowstone has some episodes on Peacock, some episodes on Paramount. Good luck figuring out where to watch the show.
Yeah.
Well, I found out that Peacock just got the older reruns, so they're just like divesting them. So if you see it on Peacock, it's a previous season.
Okay. All right. So one last thing on this, Josh.
Yes.
You like the choice, but as far as getting things done and governing. Do you think by bringing in the what's the term I want to use here? By bringing in the individuals who are the shake-up people, that you've got a better chance of getting your stuff done than bringing in somebody who might, be a little more mainstream?
I think Trump has heard his people and what his people want, and I think he understands that having Senate and Congress on his side
Right.
means
You
he
do
has
what you
about
can do.
2 years to get it done.
He
So
wouldn't
I
have-
think
Mike,
he's
if he
going with
didn't-
his guys because he doesn't want to delay.
Okay.
If he did not have Congress with him, he would not be able to successfully appeal the American with Disabilities Act, which I think is one of his
Repeal,
top-
you mean?
Yeah, repeal. I'm sorry.
Repeal. You said appeal.
Well, it appeals
That's
to
why
me.
you got magna cum laude, but you can't talk politics.
I don't like politics.
I know you don't. You don't like sports. You don't like politics. You like
I tell you what
Groucho
I,
Marx.
No, what I
And-
do like, Mike, is you.
Thank you, and I like you, and I love your family.
Thank you.
I love
think
your
it's-
family like my own, to be honest
I
with you.
think
And
it's
I was like
competition.
seeing my kids growing up in Las Vegas. I really can't. I can't stop raving about Rob's kids.
Oh, you're so great. Thank you.
I
love 'em.
really can. And it was great to see Carrie having a great time too. I love that whole thing. And the only person I didn't hang out with was your dad. Did your dad have a good time in Las
My
Vegas?
dad had a blast. He had so much fun. But
Good.
Kathy is a doer, and my
Yeah.
dad is more of an observer. And so Kathy was more out and about. But my dad was having a great time. I
Good.
found
Okay.
a great picture of the three of us, me and Robert and my father. And the 3 generations pictures are rare because we all live in different places. So I just thought I said, that's so cool that we had the 3 generations together having a good time. I loved that.
It took until Sunday for me to see your dad walk. And then I realized, oh, he can walk
Yeah, he wants
because he was normally rolling around.
He's not as no. God, him on that scooter. Oh my God, I almost saw 3 people get taken out. You see, I don't know if you've ever used a mobility scooter. And my father,
I have. When I had my hip surgery, I did for fun.
Well, people should know that my father is in fine health, but he's not as mobile. He has a little thing going on with his leg. So it was his option to bring a cane or to rent the scooter. And Kathy went all in. She had the wheelchair meet him at the airplane, which he loved. And he got zipped through the airport. And when they got to the hotel, to be named later, the scooter was waiting fully charged in the lobby, and he was off like a shot. And on these scooters, there's the handlebars, of course, for steering. There's a gas and a brake, right? 2 squeeze handles. But what you got to know is by the key, there's the dial. And the dial is
Do you hear, Josh? Do you hear how this man's talking about it? Do you hear how lovingly in anticipation he's talking about when he's on his next year?
No, I've
That
played with them before myself, Mike. But my father, this was his first time.
You're so looking forward to it.
You are so looking forward to being on
if
a
I got a
scooter.
scooter, no, it would be I'd get the wheelchair because the wheelchair gets respect, and the scooter does not.
That is so goddamn true. That's brilliant. The scooter is just, get up.
Yeah, you're lazy.
The wheelchair
the
is
scooter's
thank you
lazy.
for your service to our country.
I'm not gonna. Now, how dare you? I'm not gonna steal any valor. I'm just saying that if
But
I were to,
the wheelchair is like, oh, what horrible thing happened to
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
The scooter
poor
is,
dear.
hey, fat ass.
the
you know,
scooter is
in-
you're blocking the gift shop at the amusement
Right.
park.
Yeah,
That's
you really
exactly-
need
Right,
that
right.
at Disney.
Yeah,
You
don't roll over
lazy
my foot.
hump. What's
So
that?
No, well, the scooter is don't roll over my foot.
Yeah.
I get hit by scooters all the time.
Oh, they were all
Well,
over
it's
Las
also you're in.
Vegas.
I think they breed them down there, don't they? In Florida, the scooter.
Well, Tremont
lazy
Street
people,
in
yes.
Vegas, too.
Yeah,
They were all
but
over the
Mike,
place.
the dial is like your top speed, and my father was big on juicing the dial. He almost took out Kathy. I almost saw him take out 2 showgirls on Fremont Street. And the best thing,
Does he have his own down in Florida?
no, he does not. This was a new experience for him.
Is he doing this on purpose?
I
Like
don't know.
purposely? Let me scare some people.
I don't think he was trying to scare Kathy when he nearly killed her, but I do like this is that he doesn't necessarily look for the ramps on the sidewalk. Now, we saved him a couple times from doing a curb shot.
Like, bam, like
Yeah, like-
knocking him out of it?
No, like going off the sidewalk from a curb to the street. I mean,
Oh,
Okay.
like a jump.
yeah, and there's a ramp right by it. But, we're
A
saying,
ramp?
no,
Do you
no,
mean
no.
the flat area that's
Yeah,
that goes down? Okay,
yeah,
you make it
and-
sound like it's a
ADA.
ramp. It's not
Well,
a ramp.
Mike, that's what it is called.
It's the
called a ramp.
It's a sidewalk. It's a sidewalk.
But it is the sidewalk
It's
that
the
allows for
wheelchair ramp.
easy passage from there to
But
there.
every single intersection has the flat area for wheels.
Yeah, but it's not necessary. Just because it has it doesn't mean he
A
used
ramp, I picture next to a home made of wood going up to, where you have it go around the stairs.
Mike,
right?
didn't you see them everywhere? All the wooden ramps in Las Vegas.
I saw in the casinos in our zit part of Las Vegas,
Yes.
I saw tons of rascals
Yes.
everywhere.
The scooters. So you know how when you came out the main entrance of our hotel, not yet to the casino, but the one like where they do drop off and pick up.
Yeah.
There was a step, and then if you were to turn to the left, it was wheelchair accessible with the inclined sidewalk.
To the left, to the left, to the
My father was headed full speed to the shelf. He wasn't using the incline. He was just going to jump it.
The curb.
And Kathy is off. Bob. What? He says. As
So
his-
he's not really well versed in using them.
No, I think he'll get better at it. I do.
Or he's trying to learn a new trick,
That could be
like
true.
a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Right.
I
right.
did love, though, every time we went to a casino or something, Carrie and I just got in the habit of opening both swinging doors, so he looked like Cher coming in. It was like a grand entrance every time. People
I don't know
were
how I
turning.
missed him. I was around there the whole weekend, so I don't know where he was hiding, but I didn't.
He was
find him,
around.
you know.
He spent some time in the room. He spent a lot of
He
time in
spent
the
some time.
He
He
did.
was around. He spent some time in the room. Did he linger in the room more than Kathy did? Probably.
Well, you see, my dad's not a casino guy. So
Okay.
if Kathy was just going down to, flip some cards. he
Roll the
didn't want to-
bones.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to do that. But if you needed him, all you needed to do was strike one match in the restaurant and he would be there. Almost like a bat signal. He
Really?
loves that place. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Well,
it
I'm
was
glad he's doing well, and it was good seeing the fam. And I still I agree with Josh that it's your guy. It's his control. He's got to put people in. But I think in politics they say, Josh, not a good look. Not a good look if you want to, make the rest of the country, the other half of the country. Well, somebody says, what is it, 35, 35, and 35, 35 passionate over here, 35 passionate over there, 35 don't give an ass.
Just
Rat's
like this
ass.
show.
You
Like
know what?
this show.
Yeah, that's about right. I
Oh,
wonder-
that is so true. That is so true. Although, no, I got to tell you, Rob.
No, just about
Rob
politics
doesn't
on this
care.
show.
Rob doesn't
What?
care.
What?
No, you skew to my team. I know you skew to my team a little bit.
A little
lot,
bit?
a lot.
Yeah, I just don't talk it. I mean, it's not. I don't feel well versed enough to make an argument. I know what's
Well,
important
I don't
to me.
really either. I mean, I do my best, but that's why we're an inch deep and a mile wide
Do
on
you
this
think
show.
that the president, the future and past president, President Trump, it would
You
be
mean
a
the
better-
president-elect?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike. Thank you.
You're right.
What
You
would-
don't know how to talk about it, but go ahead. Go ask your question.
Yeah, I still don't understand what president-elect means. I'm just using context clues to pick up.
Context clues.
Do you think it would be a better look for President Trump if he had a scooter?
I think he's still out on the golf course. I think he's still.
And what is a golf cart but an oversized scooter for two?
And I was on one yesterday.
Yeah, and
I
you
was
didn't
on
kill
one
anybody.
yesterday.
You
I
did not kill a soul.
anyone. And I am telling you, I rarely talk about the game of golf, but when our team came in at 1 under par,
Was this team
our team of 4 managed 1 under par yesterday, and the winners came in at 25 under par. Not the best day for any of the group yesterday. I just
So
have to
who was
say
in the other team? It was Nicholas, Player, Tiger.
We
who
were
else?
up against Fuzzy Zeller, the corpse of Chichi Rodriguez, and the corpse of Miller Barber, and it was they waxed us. They completely waxed us.
And then your opponent said, "Go on, it's just a putt."
Hey, just a putt. I love that clip.
I do
Where Jack Nicklaus makes the long putt. Let's talk about, if we can, before we get out of here for a second, for a break, I want to ask you the fight, big fight. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Netflix. Free, right? Free?
On Netflix,
If you have if you have the Netflix subscription, which
Right.
is not free, you can watch the fight without any massive pay-per-view charge, right?
Right. But be clear, it's not free. You already paid for it.
You already paid for it, but it's not like when they charge $300 for a pay-per-view event.
No, and you used
So-
to do that, didn't you? You used to buy those fights.
I didn't buy all of them, but the worst one, who was it? It was Manny Pacquiao against Floyd Mayweather. Worst fight, biggest ripoff and that's the last time no, it's not. But it's one of the I
I
bitched
can
about
remember
the cost.
several Mad Mondays when you come in, you'd say, $300 2-minute fight with 1 round. I'm never doing it again. Never doing it again.
So there's a lot of hype, tremendous. Las Vegas, you couldn't look at a giant billboard without their faces on it. It's going to be in Texas, at the Cowboys Stadium in Texas, where they
Are
have
you
this
going to
fight.
recreate that billboard tonight at your game?
Yes, 100%. 100%. It's going to be me.
I really appreciate the fact that you took out
When
that
do
you
I
took
catch
out
up to my
advertising,
age?
Mike.
When can I be a gentle old man? I'm not. I don't want to be a gentle old man, but I also don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a Karen. I don't want to be the
You'll
Karen.
never be that. But you will.
You don't
I
think I'll
you'll
be a Karen? Thank you.
No,
That's nice of
I
you to
think
say
you
that.
will be a gentle old man that can be riled up. I think that most of the time, like my father, you'll spend some time in the room.
You ever see those Karen men, those old men that are like, "Why you parked over here? Why you doing it? Parked over here?" Just coming out there because you're old and all the power's been sucked out of your body and you have nothing to live for other than coming out and screaming at a telephone lineman or something.
What
like
I
that.
don't want to be is the guy that has his glasses up on his forehead like this and says, I don't understand. I made my reservation before him. Why am I not getting a table? Why am I? And then turning and saying, why am I not getting a table? And just that guy. I don't want to be
Now,
that
please
guy.
do not invoke one of your old movies because I know you're going to want to do that. All right.
All right.
But it does relate to that when I say, when I get north of like 75,
Yeah.
when 10 years from now, when I'm in that age range, the fantasy I enjoy as far as getting older would be knocking over a bank. Knocking over a bank. Like when you get to the age where it just doesn't matter, instead of being boring and out there with a golf club in your hand or, going to a farmer's market or, going to see a musical in some crap theater somewhere.
Mike, this is not an old movie reference. What you are wanting to do is you're wanting to be, isn't it? Well, no, I guess they didn't rob a bank. The Bucket List movie with Jack
They've had
Nicholson.
many movies like that, and I love
Yeah.
those movies. I love the movies that show like Tommy Lee Jones and Donald Sutherland,
Right.
going into a bank, and I just that to me would be super cool.
But you're going to go to jail. Don't do that.
But if Carla leaves me by that time, and Michael
you really thought this through.
and Michael is obviously, almost out of college at that point.
Yeah.
The idea of him coming to visit me at a penitentiary and Carla, running around with some normal guy, But you know what? Shame
Rob,
on you.
We can then move on to a crime podcast about
There it is. And
Well, I
by the
think we
way,
could
you're
probably get a
assuming
microphone into it.
you're both assuming I'm going to get caught.
I guarantee
right.
you're going to get caught.
I'm assuming lots of things are going to go wrong.
I think that I could maybe make plans to cover.
Do you have a crew, and is it people we know?
I would look for a crew. I would
I
look
know
for a
you
crew.
wouldn't- you
know who's
wouldn't
at the
want
top
me.
of my list?
Who?
You know him. You know the name. He listens to the show occasionally. He's
Who?
from Philadelphia. Alan Wenzel.
The Bagman.
Alan Wenzel. Mark Silverstein.
Oh, they're all your contemporaries?
Mike Silverstein. Sorry, Mark.
Because, the person you need on your crew is Zoolander. He deals with locks and
Too
bolts
young.
for a living.
No,
Too young.
No, he could be the driver.
No, I
need a
might
decent
enlist.
driver.
I might enlist the help of a mainstream guy that no one would suspect. I'm talking to you, Colonel Michael Colburn.
You
There
know
you
what?
go.
He'd be a
That
good
or-
distraction if he showed up in full military dress.
A former cop could help you out.
Yes.
Oh, I got a few of those. But would I take my? How do I put this the right way? Would I take my mainstream cop buddies, or would I take one of my Wildman cop
Shady.
buddies.
Go Shady. I think.
And you know who
You
they
gotta
are.
go-
I
gotta
do.
go with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wild
exactly.
ones.
And then there's a hybrid. I think our friend Fried is a hybrid.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
think
hybrid.
so.
He's between Wildman and
You
and
just
also-
need one wild cop, and ideally one who has hair that looks like Don Henley.
right. And then I got the Julia Roberts character. I sleep
Yeah.
with her, so it'd
Yeah.
be perfect.
But no,
It'd be
you
right.
said that you're only going to do this after she leaves you. She's not going to come back in.
No, she's got to stay because I need the help. I need
Okay.
the Whitey Bulger needs his woman when he's got his apartment. That's it. All right, we're done. That's all. That's all. That's the
I
whole
look forward
thing.
to when they make a movie about you doing that and them de-aging you, like
Just
they
love
did in The Irishman.
The fantasy for me really is doing something not age appropriate that would surprise.
How about
the
a
F out of
podcast?
people? Yeah, I'm already doing that. We'll be right back, everybody. You know, in a perfect world, we would all get enough of the nutrients we need for high-level performance from our diets alone. But in the real world, everyone could use some help in continuing to find a new personal best day after day. I started with the Momentous 3: protein, creatine, and omega-3. These are the 3 nutrients expert research shows as the foundation of long-term health. This protocol supports every cellular function of the brain and body. The Momentous 3 is the easiest way to drive the biggest impact on health span. Even better, all of the Momentous formulas are designed with human performance experts and are NSF and Informed Sports certified for use by professional and collegiate athletes. They don't mess around, people.
You know,
That
Mike,
means- yes.
I contacted them and I said, whey? And they said, whey. I said, no way. And they said, whey. And here it is. It's a big package of their whey protein isolate. You can get that from Momentous. Mike O'Mara.
That means sourcing ingredients for quality, not just what's cheapest. They're driven by what they call the Momentous Standard. Please don't do that next commercial. And it's become synonymous with the industry's gold standard in quality and efficacy. So if you are interested in making a true investment in your mental health, why not join the best in human performance and be part of the change? He's such an ass. That's raising the bar on supplements.
Whey.
Just go to livemomentous.com and use code TMOS for 20% off your new routine today. That's livemomentous.com with code TMOS. He was making a whey protein joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Whey.
That's it.
No
glad that
way.
amuses you.
It
I'm
does.
really glad that you like that so bad.
I
That's
love the product and I love to laugh. It's a perfect marriage.
Good for you. Happy. Back in April, a producer got some flack for saying Sydney Sweeney isn't pretty or talented. I think she's both.
Yeah.
Well, in
Is
a
she
new
the one from The Biggest Loser? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Sydney is from the Zendaya.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different. I'm thinking of Allison Sweeney. Forgive me. Sorry
Sydney
about that.
Sweeney. What is the name of the Zenya?
Oh,
yeah.
Euphoria.
Euphoria. In a new interview with Vanity Fair, Sydney Sweeney was asked why she thinks women get knocked down in Hollywood, and this is a quote that I find very interesting, and it makes sense to me. Her quote is, "It's very disheartening to see women tear other women down, especially when women who are successful in other avenues of their industry see younger talent working really hard, hoping to achieve whatever dreams they may have. This entire industry, all people say is women empowering other women. None of it is happening. All of it is fake and a front for all the other crap that they say behind everyone's back." Kind of think maybe in Hollywood that would be true.
Yeah.
I think you hear that outside of Hollywood too.
You do.
Women talk behind each other's backs all
They
the
do,
time.
and they might put up the front of, "Hey, I'm lifting up other women," but it doesn't seem to be out there all the time.
Well,
At least
I
you don't
think-
hear about it.
I think it's by nature a pretty selfish business. So it might be counterintuitive to get where you're going by supporting other people, because I think a lot of people think that's not the way to do it.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is go backstage at a comedy club and hear comedians talk about each other, and you
Yeah,
know what
you're right.
the
You're
competitive
right.
nature of the business. Sydney added that it could be a generational problem. I don't think so. To believe only one woman can be at the top. Quote, "So all the others feel like they have to fight each other or take that one woman down instead of being like, let's all lift each other up. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to be my best over here." it is an idealistic approach, and I understand where she's coming from, but the harsh reality is the harsh reality in the business of show in particular, I would think.
You got to take a shot at whoever's on top, and that's why I feel so sorry for Margaret Cho.
There you go. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Rob, you were relentless, though. Almost
Forever,
admirable.
Mike. Yes.
During Fox NFL Sunday, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. During Fox NFL Sunday this past weekend, there was a Veterans Day tribute, and all the hosts were shown standing during the national anthem with their hands on their hearts, all except Michael Strahan, whose hands were clasped in front of him. The reaction was insane. People were freaking out, wondering if Michael was protesting something. Are you kidding me? Really?
I was confused because I've stood that way many times during.
So have I, and I've
It's
stood with my hand on
respectful.
my heart, and I've stood with my hand at my sides, and I've stood with my hands clasped in front of me. There were even calls to fire him. What is wrong with people? It got ridiculous enough that Strahan finally had to address it. In an Instagram post, he said he was not protesting anything or making a statement, and he loves the military. In fact, his father was a major in the Army. There's your credibility that he doesn't need anyway because he wasn't doing anything wrong. Still, he apologized. He shouldn't have, saying he
here's
got
the photo.
caught up
Very
in the
respectful.
moment.
Very
He's
And
fine.
once he realized his hand wasn't on his heart, he thought he'd look like a fool if he changed his stance. I've done that too. I've been sitting there in the middle of it. I see somebody with their hand. I was like, I'm going to put my hand up there. He could have gotten away with that, by the way. He added, quote, that if that offended any of our military veterans, I apologize to you because that was never my intent. You don't need to apologize. And I'm not a big Strahan buddy, but he's been.
If he wants to apologize for Pyramid.
You don't like him because that's your old school. You don't like. You want
and
Dick Clark. You want
love
Dick
him
Clark.
as what, a game show host?
I've
He
never
doesn't-
watched Pyramid
Mike,
with him
he
as
looks like
host.
he's checked out. That's the problem.
He
lacks
says, I'm a
interest."
product of the military, a proud lover of the military, and a proud lover of all those who serve before now and who will serve in the future. Much ado about it. Just shut
I
up.
agree.
All this false patriotism out there, it's such bull S. It really, really is. You know, you want to know the Patriots? The Patriots are the ones that are out there you never hear about with their asses on the line every single day, all right? Just because you got a bigger flag than me or you put your big hand over your heart more than me doesn't mean dick. It doesn't. You show respect. I agree with that. But don't, the real people, there's real valor out there. Support the people that support them when they come home. Call your congressman. Tell them to support the VA, that type of thing. Go do some work for hometown heroes. Go do some work for wounded warriors. Don't bitch about Michael Strahan because he didn't have his hand over his heart, you complete assholes.
There are pockets of true patriotism everywhere, Mike. You just have to seek them out. I saw it all over Fremont Street.
No, you did not. Mariah Carey still calls herself the Queen of Christmas, but she might have to bow down to a
Christmas.
new king. Jason Kelsey's new holiday song, Maybe This Christmas, has hit the top of iTunes 100 holiday charts, beating out Mariah's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Before we go any further, let's take a quick peek at Jason Kelsey's Maybe This Christmas. For a listen.
With Steve Nicks.
Maybe this Christmas will mean something more. Maybe this year love will appear deeper than ever before.
That's him?
Yep.
And maybe forgiveness
Stevie Nicks.
will ask
Stevie Nicks.
us to call someone we love.
Are you sure that's not him?
Someone we've lost for reasons.
Okay. I don't think she really taxed his vocal line on that melody.
But I like it.
We'll see.
I think it's sweet. You don't. You hate it.
I don't hate it. But you know what, Mike? You got to know that is a novelty record. You got to know it is because you've got an NFL player singing on your soul.
You're a monster.
Well, no,
That's
I'm
when
not.
you're being really, really monster. It's
No.
got a sweet message. Maybe there'll be more love this Christmas. I think it's kind of sweet. I'm
Hi,
getting
Jason. This is Stevie. We've arranged it so you can sing. Thank
aren't we
you
tired
for
of the Kelseys?
keeping it to
Okay.
one octave.
It's 2-on-1. Josh is tired of the Kelseys. Rob hates the song.
Mike, we actually have the Kelsey brothers discussing what it must be like to be the
right.
Queen of Christmas. This is from their
take a peek at
podcast.
this.
All right, Carrie. And I mean, that song is as good as it gets when it comes to Christmas music. Jason, how does it feel to officially be the Queen of Christmas?
You know, I've fought my whole life to be the Queen of Christmas, and the fact that we're finally there is just it's really special.
There you go.
There was a nice thing to say to my brother.
Okay. All right. You get it. Yeah, he had Stevie Nicks, and he talks about the Queen of Christmas.
Try not to be flat.
So he admitted it's early in the season. Not too many people are listening to Christmas music, so he jumped up in there. We'll see if
Sure.
it holds up. Think it'll hold up, Rob? No, Mariah's going to knock him down. after a
I
while.
don't think we'll ever hear this one again. The more I sing it, the more it sounds like a simple song for Ernie on Sesame Street.
Okay, you win.
1 + 2 is 3.
Okay. Before a boxing match, the ref always tells the competitors to, quote, protect yourself at all times. This goes back to the big fight Friday night. Although when you're fighting Mike Tyson, you need to pay a little extra attention to your ears, which is why Jake Paul purchased diamond-spiked ear protectors for the big fight tomorrow night. They reportedly cost him $100,000 each. He wore one to a press conference and said, quote, I'm not getting my stuff bit off on Friday night. I don't know what stuff was, but they put it in those naughty words.
The ear. I mean, he probably said S, but I mean, he's referring. Of course, he don't want his ear cut off. I don't want injury.
Well, Tyson, I've been watching and kind of into all this, and it looks like he's not intimidated. None of these mind games are working for
and
him.
why, if you were Mike Tyson, why would you be intimidated?
This is what, when he was interviewed by Rosie Perez for Interview Magazine, this is what Mike said. I said, quote,
There's no way I could be here talking to you right now. All my friends are dead. They OD'd. They had AIDS. Me and my friend both had sex with this girl at the same time, and they both died of AIDS. I didn't catch AIDS. We were raw, too.
Wow.
That's Mike Tyson.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Have you, Mike Tyson, I'm sorry.
Yes, Rob.
Have you heard the new Jason Kelsey record?
I'm going to go in there try to kill him. That's what
You're
I'm
going
gonna
to kill
do.
him? No,
I'm
don't
try to
kill
kill
him.
when I'm dead. When I'm
Don't
dead,
you have
dead,
light
dead,
gloves for this one? They're not heavy gloves.
Lightweight gloves. Harder for a punch. I'm going to have a big blunt right after my fight.
Now is the blunt? Oh, I thought during the fight. Can you hold a blunt in the glove?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I'll smoke. I'll smoke between rounds.
Yeah, yeah. I can see between the rounds. You could take a hit and then spit into that funnel.
Yes, the funnel, my marijuana funnel.
many women can be upfront about how many besties they have and who they are, but men can be a little more elusive about how many best buds they have and where they rank. According to a report, the average American man has 8 friends total, including 5 general friends, 3 close friends, and you hitting the buzzer for yourself?
I am. I have.
And 2 best friends. That's not true. You had a best buddy come out, or a friend.
Yeah, a friend,
you know?
and a best friend of the past. But if you don't talk for every 5 years, is that really a friend?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
he's
guilty
more
of
like
that.
a brother. You know, I love him,
33% of men are most comfortable calling their friends bruh. Hey, bro.
but I say it
What are we, a bunch
ironically.
of 10-year-olds now?
Yeah.
My kid today, I was trying to get him motivated because I had to drop him off at school. So I said, Michael, you need to get up now. Now. You got to get your ass up now. And he looks at me and he goes, bruh. I said, if you say that again, you're going, I'm putting you in a bag and I'm taking you to Spain. Not clear whether that bra would include bra, broski, or brosif. 26
Robert is a bra guy. B-R-U-A.
Bruh.
Bra.
I hate bruh.
I do too.
26% prefer brother, or brother. 21% usually use homie, and 6% would use the word bestie.
Any of those idiots undecided?
Men spend an average of 4
dear.
spend an average of 4 hours connecting with friends every week, which includes 94 minutes hanging out in person. Does my golf count?
Yes. Golf
It
counts.
does.
Well,
Okay.
are those acquaintances or friends?
Well, I mean, if there's
Would you
somebody
socialize
say,
with them?
yeah,
Okay,
I
then
do,
It's a friend.
technically.
Okay, then it's a
I
friend.
do.
And if you see them every week, it's a friend.
Okay. 52 minutes texting, 42 minutes talking on the phone, and 39 minutes DMing on social media. Speaking of friend, my friend Scott, you're listening to my voice right now. Buddy, you are a good friend. and I thank you for that. Not going to tell anybody why. That's my thing.
Is it
That
Scott
seems like
Shannon?
a lot of time.
52 minutes.
Yeah.
4 hours a week.
4 hours a week is a lot. I can't see myself doing it. We do, but it's all biz. It's all biz, baby. That's the way
Mike,
we do
I don't
it.
know if it's business because I want to take this moment to say thank you for being a friend.
Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Every year, finally, a company called NordPass goes through all the lists of hacked passwords that get leaked on the internet to figure out the most common, I love this, easy and hackable ones that people are still using. The number one most commonly hacked password that Americans used in 2024. Any guesses?
Is it password?
Yeah.
No.
Password 1.
No.
MikeO'MaraShow.com.
No. It's secret.
I feel like that wouldn't be enough letters for most
Yeah, I agree. Or it should have a number. That password took less than a second to be hacked and has been used more than 328,000 times.
I told you my password was secret.
The second worst was 123456, which is the number one worst globally. The rest of the 10 worst in the U.S. are password.
Yes.
QWERTY 123.
Oh, because you can do it just on your keyboard, right in a row.
QWERTY 1. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Password 1 1 2 3 4 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 and ABC 1 2 3. ABC 1 2 3.
I like it. There's a moment in Spaceballs when they're revealing the secret combination to blow up the world or the Death Star or whatever. And he goes 1 2 3 4.
Somewhere in a room full of Russians, they're looking up from fake Facebook accounts and smiling broadly with 328,000. Now, mine has never been hacked ever, and I've had the same one for almost 35 years.
Do you use the same password for everything?
Everything, because it's uncrackable. Absolutely uncrackable.
You don't want to reveal it today, do you?
I don't care. Nobody will be able to figure it out. It's Moss Eisley on Tatooine.
You must be referring to the cantina.
The cantina.
In
Yes,
Moss Eisley.
Moss Eisley on Tatooine.
Tatooine, don't you understand?
We'll take a break. When we come back, something very special. I want to talk about a medical miracle when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Everybody. Hey, that's Christmas music. And you know what that means?
What?
I've got it right here.
There it
Hello.
is.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, we're on the cusp of the season. I'm going to do an unboxing, and you're going to see what Josh has in his hand right here. See, it's a tiny
It's
little
not
box.
big like this one.
Look at that. Look at that, and then you just
What's
take it
in
out
there?
of its little holiday box.
Oh, it's a little one.
It's a little coffee mug. It's here's your twine to hang it from your tree.
Yes.
And it also serves, if you've been asking, and I will answer, a little shot glass, or you can put some very strong Italian coffee in it.
I put just a little hot chocolate.
Yeah, but I like chilled Fireball would go great in this on the
Yes, it
holidays.
would.
You know, it'd be
I
wonderful.
saw someone describe it as Mike and Michael.
Mike
Oh,
and
that's
Michael.
For
sweet.
the mug
Aw.
and the ornament.
Oh,
I love it.
Let's put them together. There they are. Hi, Michael.
Now you can do a little
Hi,
depth
Daddy.
perception and try to make them the same size.
You're gonna be
Oh,
late
that's
for
like
school.
Walt Disney.
You're gonna be late for school.
Shut up, bruh.
You know what, Mike? It really should be said for collectors of our ornaments in the past. This is the only way to get this ornament and complete your set.
Yeah. Keep going with that. You'll both love it.
Because it's Yule like Christmas.
So act fast. Supplies are extremely limited. And if you've collected our yearly ornaments every December, this is the only way to get one to make your set complete. That came from Rob Marketing Spiewak. Remember to buy
Order Spiewak.
your 2024 TMOS Christmas ornament at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And remember, it's definitely not a shot. It is a shot. Why do you have to put that in there? Why did you put that? It's definitely not a shot glass.
Mike, I didn't know what your lead was today. I was guessing.
No,
Why
it's
would you
ironic.
say it's not? Because just because you're not drinking doesn't mean you can't put a little chilled,
Mike,
like
it was-
spiked cider.
It was ironic, is what it was. It is a
It
shot
is a
glass.
Christmas ornament, but if we still have them in stock in January, it'll be a shot glass.
You'll take all the yarn out?
It's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, the little string goes away.
I love them.
I do too. I think they're awesome.
I think they're fun, and I think that's fun is really the best thing to have. Let's get to the Rob Spiewak health.
Yes.
We know, as if you listen to the beginning of the show, that Rob is a year and a half, 2 tops away from really losing all ability to be ambulatory. So he'll be on a scooter.
I really thought you were going to say year and a half, 2 years sobriety, but no, it was actually a dig at my mobility. No,
How long have you been sober?
Since March of 22. So 2 years and some change, I think. So
See,
well done.
That's its own miracle.
It
is.
It's wonderful, and I'm
by
proud
the way,
of you.
for those who are keeping track, New Orleans is not as easy as Vegas. Vegas was easy to stay sober. New Orleans was harder.
Vegas has more distractions.
It does. It really does. So,
Yep.
But yeah, feeling good, doing well. But, sometimes things on your body are not related to whether you're sober or not. And I take you back, if you will, and I believe you will, to fruitcaking of last year, fruitcaking of 2023. I told a story that night about the night that we dropped them at the post office, where I tried to pick up an 80-pound container of fruitcakes, lost my footing, and nearly fell full weight on the loading deck of the United Postal Service, and it would have killed me. Instead, I just busted my nose open. But when I dropped that bin, I dropped it on my foot, and I've had a discolored big toenail ever since then. That I know you're gonna love this, Mike.
Oh God, that's so nasty. Oh,
now there's no pain. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just discolored. And keep in mind, Mike,
how long?
For like 11 months.
All right, is there no pain because there's no feeling?
No, there's plenty of feeling. Trust me. So, but I've been watching it, and I'm thinking, what'll happen is this will.
Have you sought out medical attention for it?
Of course, Mike. He said, let it grow out. And so I'm waiting for it to grow out, And it just, you get used to seeing it that way because it's been so long. I thought maybe I'm just going to have a darker toenail for the rest of my life. Well, Mike, Las Vegas is a town synonymous with luck, is it not?
Yes, it is. Not for me on this particular trip.
No, me
but,
neither. Me neither. So when I reached down I said, that looks a little different today. And I reached down to see what was going on with my left big toenail, and I scratched it. And, Mike, the whole nail came off. It was the size of a dime. So picture, if you will. Picture, if you will, like that. Yeah, I didn't do it at the blackjack table, Josh.
So gross.
And I looked, I said, oh, my God, the whole thing came off.
All right. Okay. All right. Yes.
And I thought, oh, my God, with no toenail on my right big toe, my left
I'm going to
big
throw
toe.
up. I am going to throw up. I want this to be over so quickly. I really,
Mike,
really do.
Here's the lucky part. My body, the magnificent machine this whole time, when I removed that, and it just required a slight tug to get it off. When I pulled
Hold it. I gotta hit it again.
Oh, and Carla weighing in with an emoji of puke. So Mike,
gross.
I pull it off, and remember, it's about the size of a dime. But the whole thing I pull out right from the nail bed, and what do you think I see? But under it, the right color, a fully formed nail had grown under the dead nail. And so when I pulled it off, I now have a normal big toenail on my left foot. It's a medical miracle. All this time, Mike, my body was making a replacement nail, and I had no idea. And I say, have faith. Have faith in the body. They will cure itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 words have always been identified with Mr. Rob Spiewak. Those words are sweat the details. Sweat the details. You might say to yourself, for 11 months, how would someone be unaware of the fact that a nail was growing underneath another nail? Well, be simple. You just ignore it. You don't pay attention to it,
Mike,
and suddenly
I was busy
it's like
following medical advice. I was just letting it grow out.
and it's all the way down there, and that's not easy for a man of your carriage to get
Why
to
are you
that
turning
nail
this
all the
into
time.
something negative?
Because
Mike?
I'm trying to move away from being totally and utterly grossed out.
Not
That's why.
Aesop in the chat room says that my toe emerged like a soft shell crab.
You are shut in like Jake.
I am. Mike, keep in mind,
Social crap.
for the first time in 11 months, my feet are once again beautiful.
Okay. All right. That's nasty.
I did not, Mike, I considered, though briefly, saving the nail to show you. But I'm not sure I wanted it to travel back from Las Vegas.
I'm fine. Where did this occur? Where did this occur in Vegas?
By the bathroom of my hotel room. I'm wondering.
Carrie's a lucky lady.
Did
she witness it?
No, I kept it a secret.
You didn't tell her?
I did. No, I did tell her, but I didn't show her.
Well, how about your standard comedy answer that you have? That? Well, how come you didn't show it to her? How come you didn't talk about it?
Well, we had separate rooms.
Bada bing. Or we don't speak. That's the one.
But I'm sure Robert would have enjoyed that.
He probably would have. I just didn't know if I
Nothing
could
he didn't enjoy on that weekend, if you know what I mean. Nothing at all he didn't enjoy. That's a happy child right there. Yes,
Like that's what he got when he asked for a floater at the bar. I don't know if I could have gotten it through security.
That's what Rob does. He makes it even.
He makes
more
it so much because he is the grossest man
the
alive.
line.
Oh God, I feel.
Would you have to check the toenail? Would it
Please
count
go
as
to
a
commercial.
carry-on?
Please go to commercial, please.
It fit perfectly under the seat in front of
Okay,
me. I am alive.
That is. Congratulations on your new toe.
Yeah, thank you. It's just the nail, and congratulations to the lady who cleans my room in Las Vegas.
Just get him to stop, please. Oh.
Mike, I should say.
Just shut up. I'm doing a commercial for a beverage, all right? You ass. Oh, God. This really, you don't understand, folks. This really nauseates me. This really, really does. And I have to talk about beverages.
Mike, this is the beverage. This beverage will make you feel better. If you're in
All
a
right,
situation.
stop. There's so much to love about November. So make sure you're at your best with Liquid IV's new Hydration Multiplier Plus Immune Support Mango Passion Fruit. With 5 times the daily value of vitamin C and 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, you can give your body the immune support it needs while treating yourself to a taste of the tropics. Cam Fong as Chin Ho. Book 'em, Dano. That's
Does
Hawaii
that mean
5-0.
anything to you, Josh? Cam Fong is Chin
I'm
Ho?
familiar.
Oh, good.
This Hydration Multiplier Plus Immune Support is scientifically formulated to support a healthy immune system with 5 times the daily value of vitamin C in every serving to give your body all-in-one hydration and immune support for everyday wellness, vitality, and rehydration. Plus, 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, and always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. We wouldn't have survived Vegas without it. Tear, pour, live more. Liquid IV, 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Support everyday wellness with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. You know, I'm taking my kid to school today. Only thing I'd had all morning, 2 cups of coffee. I finished the coffee on the way to school, and I am dehydrated. You can tell. Sometimes you actually, in your mouth, you can tell how dehydrated you are.
Yeah.
And then one of these that I've enjoyed, almost gone in this show, and I'm back, baby. I'm fully back. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. Mrs. O'Mara was knee-deep in Survivor last night, watching a recorded Survivor or whenever she watches
still
Survivor.
Watch every episode of that? She was
every
with
episode. Never misses
She's been with it through an episode 1.
Never misses Survivor. I went searching and discovered a discounted movie rental called, what was it? I wrote it down here. Blink Twice with Channing Tatum. About a 70%er on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give it 9 toenails, but I'm going to tell you that I really, really found it engaging, where I stood with it. I stuck with it. And I'm going to give you a movie recommendation with an asterisk. Blink Twice. It was a big bag of okay, but it was weird.
Agreeable?
The plot is, how did Carla put it today? Did you watch one of The Girl is Paralyzed and Can't Move movies? I said, yeah, in a way I did. Only this time it wasn't paralysis. It was more like drugging them so they can't remember. There's the plot line.
Okay.
But, Channing Tatum as a monstrous character. Pretty credible. It did say, and it was an interesting thing.
In
that
Las
we had.
Vegas, I saw a lot of people that kind of look like Channing Tatum. I think that's a look.
You know, and I don't want to give any real detailed plot lines away, but I think you get the gist of what I'm talking about here. When I think there was a little connective tissue between the whole Diddy experience and the Jeffrey Epstein world, where the concept of slipping some drugs to women so that they behave a certain way. It was taken to the extreme in this film, and it shows you how, I think still in this day and age that we live in, if a woman reports something, it's a tough slog.
I agree.
It's a tough slog for people to say, yes, I believe you, and I think that still exists, and you have to be wary. But it is creepy, and I believe you can look it up. I think this was. Although plastic surgery has definitely made her a little less easy to identify, but I do believe that Gina Davis is in this movie.
Really?
I believe that the very thin Gina Davis is in this movie. She is in the movie.
The
and
ex-Mrs. Goldblum. Did they marry, right?
The ex-Mrs. Jeffrey Goldblum of The Fly is in this movie, and it's creepy interesting. Kind of creepy interesting is the way.
Where do you weigh in? I'm curious, while we're talking movies, on Aubrey Plaza. She was on Community.
I love Aubrey Plaza. I think she's a bit of one note. I know that she plays that deadpan. That's her style, but I think she is a naturally gifted, funny person who's funny in real life anyway, and that act that she has works very, very well. But I think she's a good actress.
Well, I think that you should check out then. This is a sweet movie. I'm not going to say that it's anything that it isn't. It's a chick flick, but it's a good story.
Is it sweet as the fireball that you would put in the Christmas ornament after the holidays when you want to use it as a shot glass?
It is, Mike, and also spicy. It's called My Old Ass. And
that's really up at the top of the charts on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
It's really enjoyable, good performances all around, and a sweet, sweet story. And Aubrey Plaza, I think, underused in it, but she's very good in the scene she's in. So you should take a look at My Old Ass.
Okay.
It's also set in Maine.
Josh wanted to say something. Sorry,
I was
Josh.
going to say, with Blink Twice, you didn't mention that Haley Joel Osment is also in it.
Haley Joel Osment is awesome in it. Haley Joel Osment is one of
dead the whole time?
I see dead people. He is the child actor who is now grown. He is really, really good.
Grown man.
He is really good. He's really good, and he has a big beard. Yeah,
and big face too.
Big face, but he's good. He plays a great character in that. Now, and I should have mentioned that at the front. I really, really should have. But Aubrey Plaza. One last word on her. Always think, I'm coming up to a roundabout. Taking a turn to somewhere. You take the roundabout, the third exit off to Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah,
that's where you're going.
In New Jersey, wouldn't it?
Jersey, New Jersey, and you, perfect together. We go all the way back to that governor, whose name I don't even remember
Tom
anymore.
Kane.
Tom Kane. There it is. We'll take a break and have some beautiful video when we return with Toenail Boy himself. Man,
Thank
who
you.
still nauseated me with that little story. We'll be right back, everybody. Hey, listen up, maniacs. Derm Glow Skin has the help you need. It's delivered right to your front door. Derm Glow Skin now offering microdosing semaglutide or tirzepatide. What does that mean? Huh? Who? No BMI requirement. This is a game changer. If you don't qualify for weight management because your BMI is too low, you can still qualify for microdosing. Find microdosing under the longevity tab at dermglowskin.com. Also, don't forget to remember that Derm Glow Skin also has PT141 to improve your sexual health and satisfaction. B12 for energy, NAD Plus for the fountain of youth, and Sermorelin and Synapsin for that brain fog. And by the way, may I mention that, believe it or not, from before I left for Vegas and now as we sit here on the Thursday program after Vegas, I am down nearly 5 pounds. That's after Las Vegas, people, with donuts.
I think a lot of that weight loss has to do with your wallet.
You might be right. It's the first step to being a better you. Payment plans and Afterpay are now available, so what are you waiting for? Age well with peptides, and remember, Carla's always there for any questions you may have. I'm Mike O'Mara, and I have the energy of a newborn colt. Yeah, that's me. Rob, hit it. There we go.
Beautiful video.
It's a selfish thing, but sometimes I forget what I write, and it surprises me.
There you go. And you get a kick out of it. That's
I do.
That's you. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I do? I kick and my nails come off if you kick too hard. I should say, Mike, it was the size of a dime, but not flat like a dime.
All right, come on.
We've moved on.
We have. Well, some of us have. Mike, I loved yacht rock before it even had a name.
Okay.
I love the genre of music. And I think that HBO has actually come up with a good idea. They're doing a documentary. Get it, Mike? D-O-C-K?
Yeah.
Documentary. That's what they're calling it, about yacht rock.
All right.
And they're debuting it. Thanksgiving night always seems to be a good night for debuts on streaming services. That's when they're going to debut this. And I believe it's neat because you get to hear Michael McDonald talk.
God, I love that.
He's got a great voice, doesn't he?
It rocks, but it doesn't rock too hard. The singers all seem to be saying, hey, it's gonna be okay.
It's perfect sitting down dancing music.
Also known as yacht rock.
LA in the 1970s.
It was an amazing time. There's these really talented session guys who can play anything.
Steely Dan.
The Doobie Brothers. Toto.
Kenny Loggins.
Christopher Cross. Michael fucking McDonald.
I am so in. I am
Look,
so in on
I
that.
don't know. I mean, I worked every format.
Right.
I worked pop music in the 80s. I worked what they used to call, the format was called adult contemporary in the early 80s, then the mid 80s pop music, Michael Jackson, thinking that in those lines that you have. And my very first format in my career was what would probably be called yacht rock. In fact, if adult contemporary was a thing now, it is. They call it yacht rock on the satellite channels that they have out there. And then I worked classic rock. Classic rock for me, nails on a chalkboard now. Pretty much.
Heard enough of it.
I've just heard so much. It's so yacht rock, not necessarily so much. And I don't know why that is. I'm just throwing it out there.
I can offer this. I think yacht rock sort of it learned a lesson from disco. By the time everyone was so sick of disco, you could make non-disco music, but still have slick production. And
I'll give you a great example.
Is beautiful.
I'll give you a great example. Because they mentioned Kenny Loggins, they don't mention Jimmy Messina, who was also in a band called Poco, which was a precursor to the whole rock genre. But I will say that Your Mama Don't Dance and Your Daddy Don't Rock and Roll is still a song that I never tire of hearing. Their version of it. And it's weird that way. And my favorite factoid from the yacht rock era, you might remember it, Rob. There's a particular fact about a yacht rock artist that was I'll give you one little hint, that was centered around an album cover. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't. For some reason,
the fact is this.
Yeah.
The story goes, Christopher Cross was not easy on the eye. And in order to market him, they did not put any pictures on the album. They just had illustrations.
It was a flamingo. That's true. They kept, and Mike, I can verify that. That is awesome.
And
but
Christopher
as a musician,
Cross, legendary yacht rocker.
I think as a musician, you probably appreciate yacht rock because of the production value. I think
and the fact that it's just something that you're attempting to get catchiness without a driving beat. And that's hard to do unless you're really all about the melody.
That's
and
really well said.
Yeah, it's all about the melody. And, when you talk about musicianship, you talk about genius level musicianship, Steely Dan, Toto, the cats in those bands, and the Doobie Brothers, Jeff Skunk Baxter. I mean, you're talking about legendary people. So I'm a big fan, I guess.
Mike, if anyone ever doubts the validity of Your Mama Don't Dance as a record, Elvis covered it.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley covered a yacht rock record. So there's that. All right, Jelly Roll. As you know, I often dress up as Jelly Roll.
You do, yeah. Constantly on the weekends primarily.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think he loves, Mike? What do you think Jelly Roll loves? He loves the grocery store.
Oh, does he? See?
Yeah.
Every
And
man.
people- and
because he was in the
people-
joint. That's because
Yeah.
he was in the joint. He probably didn't get access to the normal kind. He went to a little commissary and stuff, and he, buy cigarettes. That's
a
it.
lot of people. I don't know if he smokes. He looks too healthy.
Sure he does.
He loves the grocery store, Mike. And what's great is people leave him alone.
Get stopped all the time.
I get stopped, but everybody's cool. I have a grocery store by my house that I go into that everybody is super sweet. It is really, really cool.
That's nice, man.
It is. I love grocery shopping too. And they'll stop me and say hi, but nobody asked for a picture or nothing. Everybody was just really, really, really cool.
That's cool, man.
They treat me like a neighbor. They all know I live in that little community, so it's kind of more like, they talk about cool neighbor stuff. Did you hear about such and such's farm selling? Or, what about that storm that knocked down a tree? Oh, cool shit.
Now,
Thanks,
I'm
Jelly.
curious, when Jelly is at the grocery store, do you think he focuses on the perimeter of the store or the inner aisles?
Well, I mean, you're making a fat joke and a fat stereotype, and you would say that the inner aisles.
No, I'm talking about processed food.
I don't. Listen, last night I go to the Publix, Sorry about that. I just want to give a shout out to the greatest grocery store in the United States.
I know you love it. It's
And
great.
I don't give a rat's ass about political donations. They all donate to political candidates. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the quality of the product. And the guy behind the bakery counter that let me buy the full case of Vegan Bites, as they have at 3 now different locations, and they're just helpful, and he was just cool. And he was doing like an order or something in the corner, and it took a while, and I'm standing at the corner. It's like 6:30 at night, and late in the evening, and I greet him with a lot of friendliness, and that goes a long way because he knew that he was keeping people waiting. And if you're chill with somebody that does that, they're chill with you. And I just want to give him a shout out. I got him out in the kitchen right now, all my little Vegan Bites.
Why did you have to go to the baker?
They sell them in the bakery department.
Are they fresh baked?
I don't know. Define fresh baked.
Are they baked in the store? Or
No, they come in. They bring them in. That's why I was able to get the case, and they're yummy, and I lose a lot of weight eating them. That's why
I love grocery employees. My mom was in it for a million years, and I always go out of my way to be pleasant towards a grocery employee because they're great people.
Yep.
I don't know if Lamar Odom is a great person. He used to be married to Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah, had a lot of trouble.
Fine.
He went to the bunny ranch, didn't he?
I believe he did.
Yep.
But, what was the phrase you used earlier, Mike? A bad look? It's a bad look. Well, it's a bad look when Lamar Odom buys a real doll that looks like Khloe Kardashian.
I think this one.
Now, there's a lot of stuff blurred in this video because they are real dolls.
Why are they blurring it out?
Mike, because it's a table of penises.
Oh, it is?
Yes. Now, here's the Khloe doll he's building.
Is this like a love doll factory?
Yes, it's a real doll.
He's gross.
No, not that way.
He is so gross. Is that the racket he's in now?
I don't know. I think he's just buying it for himself.
And they're all in that squatting position.
Well,
Jesus.
that's not as bad as the fact that they're all hanging from chains. I mean, it's just
so weird.
I've gotten over my past with wax museums. I know I couldn't go into a real doll factory.
That's nasty.
That would be bad news.
You.
Mike, the real dolls all have their own toenails.
He's loving it.
With this.
He's loving it.
Let's close with this. Mike, we've seen cats that are potty trained. I've seen this. We've known them.
Well, they go into a litter box.
No. I mean, cats that will pee in a toilet. I've seen it.
Oh.
It's great.
Okay.
But a dog you can't train to do that. But is it as good if a dog knows how to stand up and pee into a litter box? I'm sorry about the narration on this, but the visual is fantastic.
Okay.
It looks like some sort of pit bull derivative literally standing up and peeing into a cat's litter
Honor
box.
of my dog's 6th birthday, here is him standing like a human man, peeing directly into my cat's litter box.
Adorable. Adorable. Look at that. And it's not even like just an open air litter box. It's one of those ones with a cave. It's a little enclosure. Phenomenal.
Right, he aims better than kids.
Absolutely aims better than kids. That's incredible. Look at the concentration on that beautiful dog's face.
And I admire that dog.
What's that, Josh?
How do you teach that?
You train them. You train them in the way you train a dog to, walk on its hind legs. I suppose that's
Josh. You could train him. Do you have any peanut butter?
Oh God, that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here.
He's a good boy.
Thank you for tuning in. We got a great bonus show for you tomorrow, so tune in for that. We'll all be back for that, but you're not going to hear it or see it or deal with it if you don't have a bonus show subscription. And that's how we try to feed our families, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, if you don't have a bonus show, first of all, what are you doing? If you do have a bonus show, get your friends to sign up and get one too. We really appreciate that. But for now, we take our leave, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with a brand new bonus show tomorrow. For Rob Spiewak, he of the toenail, and Josh Soroka, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Let us take our leave.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara bonus show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. You know, morons.
What do I do?